It is a very famous story. About 1500 years ago, there lived a Buddhist monk in India named Bodhidharma. In the annals of Buddhism, if any monk has been as influential and renowned as Gautam Buddha, it was Bodhidharma. It was he who introduced Buddhism to countries outside of India, a form later known as Zen Buddhism. This philosophy then spread from China to Japan, Korea, and many Southeast Asian countries. The Chinese emperor at that time, Emperor Wu, was captivated by the teachings of Gautam Buddha. It's said that Emperor Wu waited for 2 years, hoping for a Buddhist monk from India to cross the treacherous valleys of the Himalayas and elucidate the principles of Buddhism. When Bodhidharma finally arrived in China, the aging emperor went to meet him personally as he was grappling with inner turmoil. "I have tried various ways to find peace of mind, but it eludes me. Can you help me?" he asked Bodhidharma. Bodhidharma responded, "Where is this disturbed mind of yours? Show it to me and I will calm it." The emperor, puzzled, remained silent. Sensing his confusion, Bodhidharma instructed, "Come to me alone tomorrow at 4 a.m. And remember, bring this troubled mind of yours. Do not forget." Emperor Wu found this directive peculiar. He tossed and turned that night, wondering about the monk's sanity. The idea of bringing one's mind seemed absurd. Still, out of desperation and curiosity, he decided to see Bodhidharma again. The next morning he arrived promptly. Bodhidharma, deep in meditation, acknowledged his presence and said, "Now give me your troubled mind, and I will pacify it for you." The emperor responded, "The mind is not a tangible entity that I can hand over. It resides within me." With a nod, Bodhidharma suggested, "If your mind is within you, sit and search for that troubled part of it. Once you find it, let me know, and I'll calm it." Emperor Wu hesitated but eventually closed his eyes. He dived deep into his thoughts, searching for the source of his unrest. Hours went by. When he opened his eyes, Bodhidharma asked if he had located his disturbed mind. The emperor shook his head. The monk simply told him to return the next day and try again. This routine continued for several days. Each day, the emperor delved deeper into his consciousness, seeking the elusive mind, and each day he emerged without an answer. On what felt like the umpteenth day as dawn approached, Bodhidharma again inquired, "Did you find your calm mind?" The emperor replied, "I couldn't find the disturbed mind, but I did discover the peace I was seeking. It became clear to me that there's no separate entity called the mind. It's merely a collection of thoughts. And in my quest to locate it, I realized that by being present, being in the moment, I could silence these thoughts." Bodhidharma smiled. "Exactly. Whenever you feel turmoil, look within. Seek the root of the disturbance, and you'll find that it doesn't exist. What you will discover is an inner self that is tranquil and steadfast." Many people suffer from mental unrest. They seek an escape, but often don't know how or give up after initial setbacks. Mental anguish can sometimes be more harrowing than physical pain. Such suffering persists because people seldom introspect to identify the actual cause of their mental strife. What we label as mind is merely a string of thoughts that arise within us, often about the past or future. We've forgotten that life is neither in the past nor in the future. It exists in the present, in the now. If we consciously observe our thoughts and become aware, they diminish. A thoughtless state equates to a mindless state, a state of pure bliss and serenity. So, whenever you encounter distress or unhappiness, sit quietly. Observe your thoughts without trying to halt them. Let them come and go, and over time they will cease, leaving you with an inner peace.